Good morning. This is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 23rd of December. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, try to fetch your own charts, and know how to issue trading signals. Right, this is the last full day for trading day before Christmas, I think. I think tomorrow is a half day, and then I think Thursday and Friday are full days, if I'm not much mistaken. As New Year's Day next week falls on a Wednesday. So it doesn't get added onto the weekend. So I think we've got a limited week this, but it's going to be it's very much a holiday week. We're going to be missing a lot of people. You aren't going to be around. Am I thinking that we might see big declines during this period? Well, I've got to say, certainly before Christmas, that would be very unusual. That's not to say it can't happen, but it would be unusual. So after that, I'm thinking we might get some continuation of rally into Thursday or Friday, but fairly soon after that, I think we're probably going to be going back to the lows that we made the other day and getting past them. Now, on Friday morning, I was saying there was a high probability of a rally on equities. And we saw it. All the buy signals made target. ES made target. NQ made target. RTY made target. YM made target. Only the Europeans didn't quite make target, and I'm thinking they're probably going to do that in the next day or two. But we will see. Have we basically made the minimum already that we could do on a rally here? Yeah, I think we have. I'm expecting to see higher. There's a number of reasons for that. Obviously, we've still got hourly RSI 14 sell signal, buy signals fixed on SPX, on Qs, and on Dia. We've also got, I show this every so often, SPX ADP chart, and this is a good cross-check for, am I in the right side on this trade? Because basically when it hits this bottom line, you should definitely be thinking about a long, and when it's hitting this top line, you should be thinking about a short, and it actually tends to perform pretty well. This was a decent move below this line. We do not typically get positive divergence, although it is not unknown, and actually we had some here. But we don't. This doesn't work on the signals basis. Just a touch or getting close to it will often trigger a reversal and take some of the froth off the market. We haven't got too far on here. When you look at these two, this retested the low and then went up to the 25 level. This one went up to the 25 level as well. And really, that's generally speaking, it'll get up to that kind of level or higher. And we'll see how that goes this time, because really we've actually just barely managed to get above the minus 25 line. So are we likely to see more upside? Yeah, I think we are. And I'm leaning towards seeing this, hang on, that we are seeing on the ES. This looks rather like a bull flag forming, and I think likely that's because it is. So we'll see how that goes. All right, looking at the SPX chart, I'd quite like to see the rally get to a test of the daily middle band, which I've currently got at 6021. Is it going to get there? Maybe, or I would say that this was a nice back test of broken trendline support. On the broken trendline support, I'm going to get a post out today if I can, but what I'm going to say in it is that I'm really looking to see some more downside. These patterns from August, the nice light looking rising wedge here, this is broken down. I think this is topping out. I like the right shoulder option or a retest of the high, but I prefer the right shoulder option. On the Qs, broke that rising support as well. And again, I think we're probably topping out. I'd be leaning towards seeing a retest of the high. This is currently stalled, though, at the daily middle band. I'm just assembling the case for it actually turning back down here. I'm not really expecting to see that. But if we just kick around and do very little for a couple of days, then we may well do that. If we are going to see more of a rally, though, it'd be quite nice to see this retest the high. On the hourly chart, we've got another RSI 14 buy signal fix, and we've got the same on Dia. This had broken the rising support as well. No obvious reversal pattern here yet, and to be honest, I'd be skeptical about it retesting the high. Really, in terms of going lower, this would be better getting down to this 415 area and then forming a right shoulder. But I don't think we're quite at the area where I'd be thinking that would form yet. Or at least I'd be a little surprised. All right, on the 15-minute chart, Still haven't filled in this gap, and I would say on IWM that we have wait a second. Right, on IWM, we've got a nice looking double top that has broken down. This is the only reversal pattern that has broken down so far. Really, SPX and NDX. I'm wondering about topping patterns forming. Don't really seem to have anything on dia, but this was already a nice looking double top, and it has broken down with a target in the 206 to 209 area. All right, looking at, we don't have an hourly buy signal here. This is the exception. But on the daily chart, we made target nicely. We will see how that goes. All right, DAX. DAX, we've seen a stronger move and a move down below the daily middle band and almost to the 50 DMA. So watching that with interest. Leaning towards seeing a rally on that too, but we haven't seen it yet. On Nikkei, well below the daily middle band and the 50 DMA and the 200 DMA, all of which were basically in the same area. I'm thinking, well, I was thinking if we pushed up into higher targets into the beginning of January, then we might well see the retest this high. It doesn't look as though we're going to be doing that. So at the moment, this has dropped off my radar as a target. I'm not really seeing much of a pattern to go down either. So we'll keep an open mind. This does look, though, like a rising wedge or a pattern of some kind that may well be about to break down. We'll see. All right, let's have a look at the dollar. Okay, the dollar. We've retested this high here. We've got a potential double top. We've got some negative divergence on the daily chart, and we have a possible reversal area here. I am thinking this might go higher. I'm thinking particularly it might actually be on the way to retest the high a couple of years ago at 114.5, possibly to make the second high of a double top. We'll see how that goes. It does look kind of a wild move even from here, having gone up by basically 9 points. But what I would say is I've seen some retests come back to form second highs and double tops from genuinely astonishing positions. This would be far from the most astonishing, and I'm wondering if we might see that. Short term, though, this is an inflection point. We could turn back down here. Currently, no doing that. ZB, I think we're looking at continuation lower. The TNX bull flag has broken up, and it's now made more progress towards the target, and that target is basically at a retest of the high in recent years, which I think was at 4.98. Might have been 4.99. CC, this is tracking sideways at the moment, but this looks like a bull flag forming. I'm leaning towards seeing a retest of this high. Hard break below the monthly pivot, and that is off the table. NQ really powered up here. Much to my surprise, we actually got through the 3.64 high, and that was a surprise. So I'm wondering about a break up here. I've got a couple of options, but I'm wondering if this is going to follow through to the upside now. Because the ideal neckline that we had reached, we've just wrecked. And we certainly hadn't built a right shoulder because we hadn't put the time in. Right, GC, wondering about a retest of this low. Open very much to going lower, but mainly that's probably only going to happen if the dollar actually goes up further. Otherwise, we're likely looking at a short-term low here and up from here. SI, we've broken over declining resistance. We'd already retested the low. I've got main support down in 26.5 area. That gives us a lot of territory to cover if needed. But there's no particular reason it actually needs to go down at all. If the dollar heads up to 114, 115, though, then that's going to put a lot of pressure on the metals. Right, HG. Almost retested the low, but not quite. Still leaning towards seeing that full retest. We've got a weak 60-minute buy signal, which has now reached the possible near miss target. And I think we're probably going to go and get that target next. All right, let's have a look at KC. KC, lots of crop troubles leading towards the upside here, and at least a retest of this high here in the 349 area. Looking at SB. SB, bullish consolidation, but this has broken down out of it. I'm no longer thinking this is a bull flag forming, and I'm keeping an open mind as for what it might be. But this has potentially opened lower targets. CC, running away to the upside. Seen a bit of a retracement here. 60-minute sell signals reached the possible near miss target, and I am liking a retest of this high soon. We shall see. ZW, ZW has gone a bit lower here, and this is messing up my nice looking double bottom pattern, but I still have a 6-minute bicycle fixed, and I've got a weekly RSI 5 bicycle fixed as well. So I'm really liking the upside here if it can find a low. Corn looks like flag, and that has broken up towards a retest this high. Unless we're going to form a larger flag, which seems unlikely because this is at about as high as this could be, I think, then I am leaning towards seeing that high retest. I'm looking at soy. Soy just rolled this into March, of course. No current negative divergence, back over the weekly pivot and back testing it. If we see a fail, then we could easily go down lower. And I am wondering about other options here, which involve sugar going lower. Cotton, nice move up. This is a very nice looking potential overall double bottom. So I'm watching this with interest. Double bottom resistance is currently in about the 72.1 area. We're going to see how they do when we get there. All right, lumber. Lumber, nice rally here, very fast rally here. So it looks like we're crawling back up to retest that high. Live cattle. We have a nice looking double top here, and we have nice rally off the lows. I am wondering if this might be returning back to retest this high. We shall see. On lean hogs, looks like flag, which has broken up. And the obvious next move would be going back into a retest this high here in about the 89.6 area, I think. So we shall see. All right, great. What have we got in terms of questions? We have nothing. In that case, guys, I think that's a wrap for today. Yes, basically leaning towards seeing a couple more days rally, but we're likely topping out for a larger retracement. I think January could be tricky. Looking at it now, although a lot can change. Maybe that will change too. But at the moment, this is looking as though this may well go for another couple of days. But I think on the bigger picture, I'm not really expecting to see much more than that. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, that's a wrap, guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow.